Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. Today what I'm doing is what I got for Christmas video. Friends are giving me these gifts. I super love them, but by having my Amazon wish list, I was able to, whenever someone asked me what I wanted for Christmas, I could just send them a link, and then that would give them either a great idea or actually they would get that exact item for me. Because being an equestrian, sometimes that can be very difficult for non-equestrians to come up with. And instead of getting a lot of gifts you don't really like, this is a great way that if people ask you, you can go ahead and give that without getting just a gift card for Christmas. And I still didn't know for sure if they would get me that item, and honestly, because they asked me so early, I forgot. Now on that note, one of the items I got, which I super love, I got from 2 people. So what I ended up doing was I forgot that I had already sent this to somebody. So make yourself a note as you go that you have already sent it to somebody. And if you don't get it this year, no big deal, you just end up buying it yourself. The problem is I'm like, oh, well, I really want this. Let me make sure I send it to multiple people. That doesn't always work. So you want to make sure you just send it to one person, and if you don't get it, then you can use any money you got, or just save up and ask it for your next birthday then, or if you really need it, then you just need to purchase it yourself. But you know, hey, you might end up getting a Christmas gift anyways. So what it was is the Ovation helmet. I absolutely love this. This is the Ovation Deluxe Schooler helmet. So this one I'm keeping in the box. I do plan on probably keeping both of these, just because I could have one as my actual everyday schooling helmet, even though I already have one of those. And I do have a competition helmet, but it doesn't fit me very well. So I may end up keeping both of these. I may not. Yeah, I don't know. I still haven't decided quite yet. But let me show you. So it does come with this nice helmet cover to keep it nice and clean. So here it is. It has not been wrote in yet, and what's weird is there's already a little stuff on it, but I'm sure you're right on. But it's this nice matte finish. I love the sleek look of it. Now it doesn't have this like the big gray part in the middle that a lot of them do, that are the really expensive ones. And this was about $60. So it's still expensive in my opinion to get a helmet, but to me it's nice enough to show, and yet nice enough to use as a schooling helmet too. And plus, if you show with it, then like over time, if it gets a little bit dingy and you don't like it, then just go get you another one. It's only 60 bucks. So it does come with this little visor. I do believe you might be able to take it off, but I definitely like it better on it. It does have this little ledge on it to kind of help it sit there. On the inside, it has lots of this breathability mesh, and it has this padding right down the center. It has padding on the back also, so back here is where you would adjust it to fit your head perfectly. So I do love that. So you just twist it and it adjusts to your head. And then we have these little leather straps on the side. And I love that it's leather. Usually it's not leather. And then it has a padded chin strap as well. So let's see how it looks on. Perfect fit. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? Make sure you comment down below your favorite gift that I got this year. So again, super love it. I'm afraid I'm going to take this part off, but super love the Ovation helmet. Next thing I got, now this would be from the same person, got me that, and then they also got me these. You wanna know what these are? These are hands-on grooming gloves. Now the one I gave her was not the actual branded hands-on grooming gloves because they were a little more expensive. These were about $10 cheaper. So again, if you hands-on grooming gloves, so they're like little curry combs that you can use on your hands. The main reason why I wanted these is so because I do a lot of times like to groom. I do groom every day, but if I have a horse that is not super muddy, even though this is supposed to work, then I wanted to use this. Also, this is supposed to be great for washing, using as a washing thing as well, and that would work great. So I may end up not using 2 at a time. I may use just one until it wears out and then use the other one. I don't know. These are from Pet Magazine, and so they're for like dog, horse, or cat grooming gloves, but they're still just as good. So super loving those. Next thing I got was a slow feed hay net. Now I did not ask for this, so I don't know for sure if I'm going to use it, but I was thinking about putting the hay nets inside of my troughs inside of the barn, because my horses do tend to eat the hay very fast in those troughs, and I was thinking about putting them inside of that and somehow attaching it so that they won't eat so quickly. So I'm thinking about I'm going to hold off on opening it again until I really need it, so in case I wanted to sell it or something like that. And I actually got 2 of those. Yep, and these are the large slow feed hay nets. The next thing I got, again, I did not ask for this, but it is pretty cool. This is a keychain that is actually an alarm. I'm not going to make it an alarm because it's really, really loud, as well as a light. But this is an alarm, so like if you have your keys and you're walking back to your car, like say at the feed store or something, and again, I go by myself, I go purchase by myself, this would be a big alarm that if someone tried to grab me or try to rob me, I could set this alarm off, and then they usually would run from that. So that is something I'm definitely going to use and keep on my keychain. Next thing I got, this one was something on my list, is a French link snaffle, a sweet iron French link snaffle. Now I do have one of these. I actually had 2, but I sold it last one with the horse because they didn't have any tack, and so I just go ahead, and if that will help the sell of the horse, then I do just go ahead and sell my tack with it, because I can just replace my tack, because a lot of times people who are saying new to riding don't have the tack, and so that's why I've been trying to get like a beginner stuff together. But, so I needed another one, because right now I have just one, and it's on my practice bridle, and so that way I can put this on my competition bridle, and that way I have one for each. Or really just have 2, because I do have 2 horses that I can ride right now. Cordless clipper set. So I have clippers, but they are attached to the wall. So whenever I am doing desensitizing to get my horses to be able to handle the cordless clippers, it would be, it would be much nicer to have this in the arena, in a bigger open space, rather than inside the barn, where I can really like work on that for a while. And if once they're good at that, then I could go back inside to the corded clippers. But I could still end up clipping them just like this either way. So this is the wall, and it has a nice clocking case with it, which I super love. So it does come with some oil, a little brush to clean it, a little guard that you can put on there, as well as a charger, looks like. As well as, this is one that Clinton Anderson likes, and I'm a big fan of Clinton Anderson, and he has his video on how to clip horses, and it does work really well, but my one horse still does not like to be clipped no matter what, so I do think some horses eventually just won't be clipped. And there's a hoof pick with it, which to me the hoof pick doesn't really make sense why there's hoof pick in it, but hey, I'll take it, take the hoof pick out, and this will be my nice clippers. This says clips the fetlocks, bridle path, face, and ears, which is great. Super excited about that. Next thing I didn't ask for, which is just another lead rope. So you can always use a lead rope for sure. Next thing I got is the Sleek Easy, something I'm looking for as well. This is a de-shedding tool. Go ahead and open it up. I've heard so many good things about that. So this is really, though, at the end of the day, this is just a piece of wood with a little like kind of razor blade thing. So you have to be very careful if you do purchase these not to really hurt your horse. So kind of go easy to begin with. This is perfect to make my horses shed out for this spring, because a lot of times whenever I purchase them, they have not been well groomed, and so that will help to speed up the grooming process. And I am going to keep this, I think, in the box, just because it is really sharp. So if my kids are outside playing with my grooming stuff or something, that way they wouldn't get hurt by this. Okay. Next thing, super excited about, something I did need, is because I did break a stirrup leather in the spring. I was going for the jump and my stirrup leather broke, and then I fell into the next jump, so that was kind of trouble. So now I have one brown leather and one black leather. And I do have a set of nylon stirrup leathers that go with my my Wintec, but I've tried putting them those leather ones and they just slide right off. So I definitely wanted some nice new black leather ones, and everyone has talked so highly of a stability stirrup leather, such as Total Saddle Fit or oh goodness, what's the other one name? Comment down below. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's another one that everyone loves. So these are from Total Saddle Fit because they are a little bit cheaper. Okay, but they are stability stirrup leathers. I did get the longest option. For one, I'm 5'11", so I'm a very tall person anyways. But I could always add more holes, but I may not always be able to add more length. So, and the way to tell that I did not measure beforehand, and I know I always should, but you never expect to get everything right, because these actually retail, I didn't talk about the retail here. This retails for $25. This retails for about $90. The Sleek Easy is about $18. This bit is about $15. And the Total Saddle Fit are about $140. So these are very, very expensive. Now how you're supposed to measure for your stirrup leather length is you just put the ends of it together. You can. I should do two at a time, but again, just in general, put it underneath your armpit and take your arms out. See, it's not exactly, so I could have went down one, but I'm fine with it being a little bit long, so that's totally fine. Plus, since I do ride dressage, I'd be glad to have a longer leg. But the Total Saddle Fit, what makes it different is this big flat piece that is supposed to help you keep your leg still. So we'll see how that works. I thought it was more towards down where the stirrup was, but it's up here towards the top. So I'll definitely have to look into that and see exactly what I should be doing with that. But I cannot wait to put those on my dressage saddle. Again, something I didn't ask for is a tool set. So now I have a small tool set, but I do always seem to need more tools, or not necessarily have them where I need them. For my tool set that's going to be going to the barn. So it's going to be so nice to have all of this stuff that I could possibly need to do barn chores, or if I have any kind of thing that needs to be maintained. So this is a 4-in-1 turnout system. This is definitely, again, a surprise. I did not expect to get this. So when I first was reading it, I thought it was going to be a turnout sheet and a stable sheet that you could kind of interchange. It is not like that. And I was silly, I can't believe I read it like that. But it's a really cool system in the fact that it does have a turnout shell. It has 150 grams, so you could do a 150 gram turnout. You could do a 250 gram turnout, or you could put those together, and so then you have 250 plus 150, which would be 400 gram turnout, which is really great because we do have anywhere weather from like 100 degrees to like -12 out here, you know, so it does change all the time. So it is nice to kind of have a mixture of this. The problem is you have to make sure this stays maintained. I did get it in 75 because the one turnout, the really nice blanket I have that's a turnout blanket is a 78. One of my favorite items I got this whole time, which is a saddle rack that I can put on top of my stalls. So right now my saddles that I do is a regular saddle rack, but it's in the middle of the floor, and if the horse acts silly, I'm afraid they'll get caught up in it. This would be so awesome to put on the side of my stall and open up some floor space. And it has 2 racks, so I'm either going to put my Western saddle and my English saddle here, and then the bridle here, or I will just put the one saddle and the saddle blanket. That way it would cool. But I love that I don't have to attach it to my stall. I can just put it right over. It was like $35. Super love it. I may get another one, but I think I will maybe need the one. But I'm glad for my shows. Super love it, and I really love the gold trim because, as you'll see, it would match my gold dressage bridle and stuff. So I super love this. This is about probably $25 or so. This is from Derby Originals. Nothing super fancy about it. It's a quilted pad. It does have the straps. It's not super thick. I mean, I would like it to be. It's mainly for a color, and I really do need a white saddle pad pretty much every year because, as you guys know, it does get dingy. Diva brushes. I'm super excited about these. Now, there's a couple different versions of this one, but this one was the most affordable, and I'll check it out and see how it is. This is Haas again, and what's cool about it is on the underside here, this is lamb skin. It is so soft. and that's going to be a perfect finishing brush, because all the time I have like plenty of hard brushes and body brushes, but I don't really have a finishing brush that really shines the horse. So supposedly lambskin is the best way to go. So this is about $25, which is expensive for a brush. I understand that. But Haas is like known for their brushes. So, and this is the Haas, not the Diva. It is Haas Diva, but it says it's made in Germany. So I cannot wait to try that. Okay. Next thing, something I did not ask for, is a hanging slow feed net hay bag, which will be great to take to the horse shows and to put in my trailer. So whenever my horses they want to eat hay in the trailer, I'd love to have stuff like this so they don't have hay all on the floor. I mean, usually get some hay, but not as much as a regular hay bag. Comb, it's a Wash Rack Pro Series. You attach it to your hose right here, and then you brush your mane and tail. It's going to be great for the tail and cleaning it. And you can also, looks like, just use it as a spray. So if you just like turn this nozzle, it will just spray out like normal, which is good. Or you can spray it as your comb and your water. So you could still just use it as your sprayer. And then you could also turn it off here. So you could really use it as just a regular spray nozzle, but then you can also use it as your comb, which is really, really, really great. Last year's what I got for Christmas, you will see that I got a beautiful bridle from Belle Equestrian, which was from Your Riding Success in Australia, which is Natasha Alkoff, which I do love, and I do watch hers. Speaking of that, I also did get a month supply of watching her videos. So if you've never checked out Your Riding Success, definitely recommend it for dressage training. So last year, my lovely husband got me a headstall from Belle Equestrian and from Your Riding Success, and I loved it. However, fortunately, it was so expensive, so do keep that in mind. It's really expensive. This is like dream. This is not practical. This is dream. So I didn't have the reins or the bits with them. So for my birthday this year, I asked for and found the bits for a double bridle. Okay, this is again something lovely. I absolutely love it. So the double bridle, and so you'd have a Berdoon bit as well as your small curb. So you'd have that for both, for your two sets of, because with the double bridle you ride with two bits in one mouth. I know, it sounds crazy, but you kind of have like a snaffle going. A Berdoon bit's a little bit smaller than a snaffle. So you have a snaffle bit in the mouth, and then you have the curb bit, and so you use the snaffle for your lateral, and then you use your curb for your vertical, which is really great. And so once you go up to second level, you can start riding that. Now, most of my horses though sell at first level, so I haven't get to go there, but I cannot wait to try it out. But what we ordered this year for Christmas is the reins to attach it to, and so since it's a double bridle, I need two sets of reins. Now on this, would I have done it again? Probably not, because the reins are good quality, but for the cost, not as good quality. But it does all have a matchy set. It looks so wonderful, and I can't wait to show you. And here is the finished bridle. It is gorgeous. Dream of my life right here. So this is what I got last year, which was the head collar, which is the head stall, which is, you have the gold rim here, and this is a gold leather, and we have the nose band, and so here, and here's your straps, and on the inside where it's the throat latch, it says everything I need is within me now. Super love that. Now, also last year, he also got me the girth that goes with it that says make it a 10. My favorite item is probably the girth, because I love the saying make it a 10. So I even got it on my barn myself. I don't have this out here today because we did order that. He got it last year. But then here's my two bits I got for Christmas. So we've got the Berdoon and the curb. And you can kind of see that the Berdoon's a little bit smaller than the snaffle. Okay, and so then here's the two sets of reins, which is what I got this year. So here's the two sets of reins, and it also says on the inside, everything I need is within me now. Super love that. Two sets of high quality reins. This will be staying inside for sure. Will not be going outside in the tack room. But super love this. Cannot wait. And as you see, with my dressage pad, the gold trim, we're going to matchy set. So I've got that. I've got my girth the gold, and I'm not a huge gold fan, but it just feels like it's so fancy. And this will be I cannot wait to ride this in competition, and I cannot wait to ride this whenever somebody comes to check out a horse for a client. So comment down below, would you suggest that I wear this when a client comes, or do you think this is like too much? I don't know. So that is what I got for Christmas. So now the only thing I need to make a beautiful competition set is a new dressage saddle. So dream big, right? So what I'm currently thinking about asking for, save that money to get. But that's, other than that, I've got everything I could ever have wanted. So I'm so blessed. Thank you so much to God for blessing me this much. This is by no means meant to brag, but I know a lot of you enjoy seeing different products, and I love to watch Christmas hauls and see what I need to put on my Christmas list. And also what I want to give like to my friends and stuff. So please, yeah, comment down below any of your Christmas haul videos. I'd love to check that out and see what you guys got for equestrian, because there's not a lot of us out there, so we need to be supportive of each other, and also be just really positive about anything equestrian. So just need to be out there. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and have a great new year. This may go up after that, because I'm gonna try to do my New Year's resolution stuff beforehand. But have a great 2020. Make the 2020 to 2030 be the best 10 years yet. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.